This is, I think, about my third Lifetime Achievement Award this year. I don't think it's a good sign. But I've written, I'm on book number 45. Actually, I'm writing for the TV show Justified, which I happen to love. And I'm writing a book that they can use whatever they want out of it. And I hope the whole thing. And I'll write, my agent here today told me that it shouldn't be one book, it should be 3 books. I said, how can you sell a 120-page book? And he said, leave it to us. And I should. What do I know about agenting? I have a good time writing, that's the whole thing. I've written screenplays. I stopped in '93 because I got so much opposition from studio people who thought they knew how to write, or what the book should be about, and they all wanted to know about backstory. We want to know where she came from. And I would say, what difference does it make? But I would put in some backstory because I wanted to be paid. And in '93, I quit writing screenplays, thank God. I can't even read a screenplay today. Outside of the Coen brothers, you can read their screenplays because they don't fool around with, they don't show off trying to write. They just write what you see on the screen. I use adverbs under the name. This character's about to say something, and I put in parentheses, sorrowful. I've never used an adverb in my books in my life. Why do I do it in screenplays? So I quit writing screenplays. I think this is wonderful to get this award. I'm happy to be with all you people who do it, who write, who know what it's like. And I hope you're having fun. Because if it isn't fun, what's the use, huh? Outside of money. Well, if you can do both, you're there. I've had a good time. I mean, I wrote my first book in about 60 something. No, I wrote my first book in 53. And that became, I think it became a movie. Because right away, I was selling to the movies and I thought, oh, all you have to do is write it a certain way, and a studio will buy it. Write it in a way that they understand it. If they see it in scenes, it works. And so I started to do that, and I've sold well over 20 to Hollywood. Not all have been made, not all have been made well, but a few have, enough have, that is encouraging. So I still jump up in the air when I get a movie set. I won't kid you about that. It's about doing what you want, writing it the way you want to write it. The way I finally evolved into writing with as much dialogue as possible, perhaps because I got lazy. Rather than trying to describe who this character is, let him talk, and you'll know right away. In 1955, who was it? John, he set his books in Cannery Row. John Steinbeck. Thank you. John Steinbeck had a preface. one of his books where a character says, I don't want to know what people look like. I don't care what people look like. I want to hear what they sound like, how they talk. Then I'll know who they are. And then Steinbeck decided to, in just 2 chapters in that book, Sweet Thursday, to write. There are 2 chapters in it that he is going all out as a writer. Look at me write. And they were all right. And he labeled them. He didn't say showing off, but but I thought I learned so much in mid-50s reading that book. Good. You don't have to show off writing. You have to bring your characters to life. And that's been my goal ever since. I'm not that concerned with plot. I think I don't have to plot so much if I get my characters doing interesting things, talking to each other and getting in trouble and whatnot. And a book will come out of it. Something will come out. I mean, an ending will come out of it. And my editors almost invariably say, this book ends awfully abruptly. And I said, I know, but it's over. And the editor one time said, well, why don't you let it coast a little bit? Well, you can do that. You can add 3 pages and cut 2 out of it. But you're still ending it abruptly. I don't see anything wrong with that. I'm happy, I'm telling you, I'm very happy to be here and to win this award. Is this the award? It's a beauty.
Has your name on it.
That's my name on it. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad to be with all you people who write and talk to people who write. And I'm always amazed at how many people there are. Yes, for example, at the VoucherCon, the first time I wrote my 10 rules, there were 400 people there, I think, and I knew 2. And but they're all working, they're all selling, they're all writing books and selling. I know, this is great. The VoucherCon, I wrote my 10 rules that afternoon, and I delivered them that evening. And I came down off the stage. I didn't know. I didn't get much reaction. I came down off the stage, and someone said, "Can I have that?" And I said, "Yeah." And I gave him a page, or 2 pages with my 10 rules on it. And he disappeared. Then a few years later, he offered this original manuscript, these original pages with the 10 rules on them for $500. And my researcher bought them. He didn't wait long enough, the one who had the rules. Because I had then rewritten them, you know, and I sold them to the New York Times, and then they were published. And when I wrote the rules, I wrote them sort of tongue-in-cheek, that I wanted to entertain rather than impart any information. But now, I'm telling you, I believe in my 10 rules. Every one of them. And they're out there somewhere. I thank you for this. I thank you very much. If I can pick it up.